Well, g'day, Max here again, welcome back to the shop. So, today, this will be part 3 of the GTWR indicator holder build. And the part we're going to attempt to make today is the indicator holder. So, which is this item here, and it has this little 5mm dovetail in there, so it's going to be quite a challenge. So we'll see how we go. Now, the drawing material is, I'm going to put my eyes on so we can see, 42 CRMO4, which is 40 by 40. We're going to make it out of a Caterpillar high tensile bolt. So that's as good as material as anything. And then what we'll do once we've machined it, we'll heat it up, drop it in oil. It may make it a bit harder, or at least it'll glue it up anyway, make it look good. So that's the plan. So we'll head over to the lathe and start machining the OD down on this bolt. So we'll cut the head off, we'll cut the thread off, we'll machine it to a bit oversized because it will have to be milled square, and then we'll make our parts in tandem, one on one end and one on the other. So. Okay, so for the dovetail end of this part, we need to machine this back 4mm for a diameter of 8.5mm, and then we can start tackling the dovetail. It's only an approximate measurement, there's no... where are we? 0.35 to go. Okay, we'll just give that a bit of a polish up. Once we've cut that dovetail, we wouldn't have been able to get in and polish that. We're a couple of hundredths undersized now just through the polishing, but that's fine. There's no real tolerance on this. So. Okay, we'll move on now and we'll get set up and do our slot. Okay, we've got our 8.5 diameter machine down on our bar, so we can set this up in the mill now, and I'll set an end mill up, and we'll just take the middle of the dovetail out with an end mill, and then we'll slot the rest is how I'm going to do it. I've actually machined both ends of this bar, as if we make it cock up, at least we can just turn the bar around and start slotting on the other end. We don't have to set the thing back up in the lathe again. Okay, on the drawing, this dovetail, so we've got this 4mm wide carbide cutter, so we're going to just cut out the centre section of the dovetail, and we'll put another cutter in and we'll cut the 60-degree angle. So it's only 2mm deep, so we'll just touch off on the end, come in 2mm, we'll cut across, then we'll raise up 1/2 mil and then down 1 mil, and that'll give us our 5mm width. We've angled our indexing head up to 30 degrees, and I've sort of ground up a bit of a funky looking cutter out of an old Woodruff key cutter. So I've ground all the teeth off bar 2. It's a bit hard to pick this up. So she's ground the other way with a 60-degree angle. So there's going to be a lot of eyeballing going on here, as it's a bit small to measure. Just by eyeball and feel, that's all we're going to go by. So we'll give it a crack. Okay, we've had to shift you guys around here because the camera was right where my head has to be, so let's go try again. Okay, that's the first side done, so we'll index around. Okay. Oh, look at that. I think a little bit of deburring. I'll try the other indicator. That went on really well, that one. And this one's loose. So that's the difference between two indicators. This one's like a cock in a shirt sleeve. This is the Federal and the Brown and Sharp Best test. Beautiful fit. Very minimal play on that slide. No play at all on the back slide. In fact, it's quite firm, and front slide, it goes, oh, the cutter's in the way, but it's quite firm on the front slide. So I think I'm tempted to leave it at that. Okay, we're just going to jump in and make the nut now. That'll give us something to screw cut the other parts to. So it's just a plain, like a thimble nut, 6.5 wide, 12.5mm diameter. What I might do, I've got a piece of stainless in here. I think I'm going to leave it, we'll go 17-18mm diameter. We'll just put a little step in on either side, and I think that'll give us something a bit easier to grab hold of with our fingers than the little 12.5mm diameter nut. So we'll see how that works out. So we'll go a bit off the drawing and see what happens. So we've just grooved out the other side of the nut so we can get another tool in there and just finish off this diameter. bit of fluff stuck in there. Okay, try that. Nearly 0.2. Okay. Okay, we've got this part here down to size. So let's try and do something a bit special with this part here. This is a bit where we grab with our fingers. Why don't we see if we can't do a radius knurl. Okay, we haven't had a play with this toy for a while. So I think we'll cut a bit of a radius on here first. I think that should be alright. So this is our ball turner that we made, well, we made that a long time ago in one of my very early videos. It's probably in one of my first original videos. So we are going to do a modification to this. So what I want to do with this is modify the way it clamps down here, so I can move the whole assembly anywhere I want it in or out that way. That will allow me to do a radiuses on like a large diameter, small radiuses on a large diameter part out here. So anyway, let's get our knurling tool in and get a radius knurl. Okay, so we've got our straight knurling tool here set up in the ball turning attachment. So we'll give it a go. A bit of oil. Well, it's starting to come up okay. It's a bit rough, but we'll go a bit deeper and give it a good polish off, and I think we'll be right. That's come up okay. Spin the camera around. I'd say we might just go in a bit deeper. You see around here we're getting good contact, and we're going out of pitch over here. I mean, it's never going to be perfect because of such the range difference in diameter. So we'll give it another go. That's looking good there. So we'll give that a bit of a polish up. We'll knock these sharp edges off, and I think we'll be quite surprised how that'll come out. We'll hand tap this because it's being stainless. I didn't want to put it in a tapping chuck and risk snapping this tap because it's not my tap. Okay, we'll just tone down the sharpness of this knurling a bit with a file. A little bit more. That looks all right. Beautiful, bit warm, but okay, we've just cut a 10mm thread on this bit of scrap metal, so we'll use that to hold our nut so we can face off the back of it. Okay, I'll just take that burr off there. There we have it, one adjuster nut.